I can demo a couple things too. So, all right, I think that's live. So I've got a few AI features as well. So to sort of set the stage, um, the semantic model is a great way to constrain sort of the input and output space, but it's hard if we don't have context for specific data values. So, for example, show me revenue by month for Levi's. I'm asking for your revenue for a specific brand for our, fake e-commerce store, and it does, I guess pivoted month and revenue, but returns no results because Levi's, the brand is, maybe correctly picked the brand, but not the right data value. So we've got a few new fields that are present inside the model and like a little helper as well to generate summary values for specific fields, and these are pieces of metadata that can be applied to our semantic model. So in this case, I'm going to generate this metadata here. We've also added ability to express synonyms and AI context now on the field level as well. To show you, I'm going to save that. Now let's just do the exact same query again and see how the AI does. Here we go. We've got Levi's, and it correctly grabs the right name because it sort of saw the context. And just to show you what the model looks like, here we've got now these new fields, the sample values, and we've also got another property that's all values in the case where there's only a handful of enumerated values to be able to do. This is all provided as context to the LLM. One other thing, we've started to see a pattern where folks will do things like apply tags to fields and then create an extension of a topic to be able to go and make it so that that it's basically a curated set to an LLM. We've also now got a AI fields property inside the topic, which is going to behave just like regular fields do, but this is live and in the product now. It'll behave exactly like regular fields will do, but won't necessitate an extension or another topic to be able to go in and play with. And then the last thing I've been sort of working on too, this is not.
Before you leave that one,
Yeah.
um, it will presumably be possible for us to run like an asynchronous process that does that sort of guessing, or I mean, not even guessing, it's running like real queries
Yeah.
across your entire, warehouse at some point, right?
Yeah, definitely. So for things like this is sort of the next phase. I think what we'll want to do is do things like generate sample values or all values to for maybe it's for tagged fields, maybe it's for every field inside it. Where we do things like generate summary cubes or sort of descriptive stats, sort of the exploratory pieces too. And you can even imagine that being something that's almost like it's like our refresh schema workflow where we're tied to a data warehouse. You could have an asynchronous process that effectively, this is actually very literally, this is in a workbook model today. We could have it be a branch that's applying new deltas to existing values too. It could be something where there's workflow built on as well. So we would first make it possible to enumerate these things. Really, we've seen a bunch of customers put things in those AI contexts and in descriptions where you say, like, for example, these values, the country is a 3-digit code or something like that, that we could basically have a little bit more structure and also automate the process to provide that context, to these LLMs, giving it, they're really good at lookups. They're really good at sort of simple, sort of combinations of fields and picking out the right fields, doing things like, I like Levi's, I typed incorrectly without like the dash and without the capitalization. It's good at generalizing and sort of, uh, enabling that type to reference things. It's not so good at knowing exactly what it should be generalizing. So we want to be able to provide some of that context. The last thing I was going to. Oh yeah.
Sorry, real quick. I did not understand what the AI fields property did. You said it's the same as fields.
Oh, AI fields is it basically it limits it exclusively for the AI context. So basically, what a fields property would do on topics where you're going to limit it to, the field picker effectively, the AI
Mm,
fields will limit the context provided to the AI. So like, think of it as a
got
new
it.
interface.
Okay, got it. Got it.
Simple way. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like the way we're enabling people to manipulate the context at this point is complicated enough that like we need like a context debugger or something.
Oh, Nate, this is so good. I love it. That so actually, I actually was inspired very literally too by your debugger in the Viz stuff. So I've got two things
Oh,
I'll
great.
uh I so the first
I'm
one.
not a plant. I'm not a
Yes,
plant.
no, I know this is so it's so good. So the first feature I'll do is another model property, which the we as part of our context to LLMs, we show them what the shape of the queries look like. So like how we generate our semantic queries, things like filters, period, that are like a little bit non-standard, sort of the special sauce that we've built into the product, but we have to provide context for. We want to also provide sort of domain specific context for given topics. So like understanding of this e-commerce store or the e-commerce, the inventory manager use case, for it, too, as sort of representative queries that sort of maybe something that we want. And so the piece that I've built in is a save query to topic. I just threw it in this model. This is not live, so very much open to feedback, and like honestly, I'm open to feedback on all of this stuff, please. But this save query to topic basically it's a new way of generating sample queries assigned to a topic that are meant to be representative. So this one, I guess, is like Levi's revenue. I don't even know. You can have an optional description and AI context too. You can imagine that we put these things in the UI. You can imagine them also being used in sort of the model. So just to show people what this will look like, actually, I'll go back to the model real quick. We've got this new sample query with, I guess, you can tell I probably should remove the empty strings that are optional values. That's a work in progress. But the intent is basically now providing this in the prompts that we generate to the AI. So and this is going to lead to the amazing plant too. So I've got a new feature that basically is an AI debugger. Right now, it's only available to basically if we're in dev mode, and it'll be basically feature flag explicitly too, so you can enumerate in the environment. I think we also sort of to Nate's meta point, we need to make it so it's possible to show the customers what the context is that they're providing and what you could, because we're going to be dynamically generating the context now too, dependent on the topic or dependent on like the values and the metadata and stuff too. So giving it sort of better ability, but just to show you and I'll show you, just it's not a super useful thing, but you can kind of see the messages passed back. Let's see. I'll just say show me users in the UK. Let's see if this works. And I broke something. So shoot, I'm sorry. I broke something. And I can't actually show you the messages too. But I want to get the debugger going too. And Nate, I'm going to ping you without a doubt because I would love. I want to make sure we sort of showcase the relevant metadata, but also not like some of the like we have to break apart how we're training LLMs to, contextual stuff that's dependent on the data model, and then like system level stuff that is like Omni semantic queries, and sort of figuring out how we break that apart is going to be, important too.
Um, just one more parameter that may be helpful for context is on the relationship entries too. Typically joins represent like a verb relationship between like a subject and an object. So it might be just interesting to provide that as extra context.
Love that idea. That's a great call.